Welcome back, everybody. Today I want to talk about power stations versus building your own setup. So I've had a lot of experiences with both, and I think for most people you don't need a power station. In fact, you'd save a lot of money and end up in a much better place if you just built your own, even if it's a super simple one like this one here. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit, and this applies to anyone who relies on power when they're off-grid. For those of us living off-grid in whatever situation that is, you know, living in a van or an SUV or a sailboat or a tiny house or a little cabin up in the mountains somewhere, building your own system's the way to go. So the pros and cons of the power station, the pros are, one, it's done. You just buy something and it's pretty much got everything you need. It's simple, it's usually fairly lightweight, you can transport it easily, and it's done. You don't have to think about it. That is nice, especially for someone who's never built a 12-volt power system before. But there are so many resources out there. It's really easy to build your own system. You can do it safely, and I believe in you. You can do it. So the benefits of building your own system is it's more affordable, depending on what you're doing and how much power. Apples for apples, you know, a 1200 watt inverter, 100 amp hours. Depending on which parts you buy, it can be more affordable. But the main thing is it's really easy to fix, and it's really easy to expand. If you buy it and you realize, oh my God, this isn't nearly enough power, I need to up my power, just buy another battery. Or if you're you bought like a 500 watt inverter and now you want to run something, you know, a microwave or something, I don't know, that takes more power tools. You can just upgrade your inverter. Everything is expandable and upgradable. With my power station, it broke just before the 1 year mark, the DC input to charge it from solar and from the car. And I had to send it in for repair. It was still under warranty, so they took care of the whole thing and treated me really well, really good customer service, but it was gone for 3 weeks. So if I was relying on that, that's a situation where either I need to like emergency build my own system, which if I had no experience, that would be kind of an overwhelming situation, or buy another power station, and then I have two, and I've spent a ton of money, and the money that I would have spent on two power stations, I could have built a pretty nice DIY setup. And the other thing with power stations, most of them, smaller ones, aren't expandable. And if they are, the expansion batteries that you buy from these companies are really expensive for what you get. Way too expensive in my opinion, especially when you can buy a really affordable lithium battery like this LiTime battery that I have here. And that is pretty much the pros and cons. DIY is easy to fix, easy to expand. You can buy exactly what you need and nothing more. And it's great. So I designed this little tiny system, this little mini system, so that I can power my diesel heater when I'm outside. I have a really big tarp that I can set up into a shelter and heat it with my diesel heater when I'm out camping. And sometimes that's farther away from my vehicle and I want to have power away from the vehicle, or you know, my truck's way back there. If I want to set up a chair out here and plug in my phone and watch videos and relax or whatever, I can just pick this up and take it with me. And it's not heavy, and it's not nearly as expensive as a power station. So LiTime sent me out this battery, and I'm glad they did, because they have the biggest selection, they have amazing quality, and they have very good prices for all their stuff. They sell all kinds of things, all different sizes of batteries. You can get heated batteries so you can charge them when it's below freezing out. I've also got their 20 amp lithium battery charger here. They sell inverters, DC to DC chargers, solar controllers, all kinds of things. Almost everything you need you can get from LiTime, and they have a really good reputation and really good prices, and I really like them, and I am happy to be working with them on this. So thanks for sending these things out so that I can share this awesome video with you guys. So this system, I just bought a cheap battery box off of Amazon, and I think that was like 20 bucks. And I bought one of these little marine DC cigarette outlet adapters here, so I can plug my diesel heater into that. If I'm out here, I just have a little adapter I can plug in that has USB out. I can plug in my phone, I can plug in whatever device I want, and that's it. And then the charger I mounted to the top just so that everything was really easy. When I get back from camping, you know, if I can just plug this thing in and charge it, I've got everything right here. I've got the cable to plug this in. It's really easy. You know, if I'm out on the road, I can just plug this thing in and you know what, 5 hours from fully dead it'll be charged, but I never even get close to killing this thing. So this one is heated. It is not Bluetooth, but they have Bluetooth models available where you can use an app on your phone to check the status of the battery. You can see the state of charge, you can see all kinds of information, everything you'd possibly need, and that's really nice. They also have shunts that you can hook up to the battery, and it has a little screen that'll tell you everything you need to know. If I wanted to, I could mount that right on here. This is a 100 amp hour battery, so I'm never gonna kill this thing doing what I do with it, so I didn't even bother. But that's something you could decide to do that would probably be smart. So let me show you guys how I put this thing together, and it's about 2/3 the weight of my power station that is also 100 amp hours. So let me set up the camera and give you guys a look inside, show you how I set this thing up and how simple you can set up a DIY solar system. You know, you could add a solar controller on here. You could get a solar panel, like one of those foldable ones with a built-in solar controller, and put a plug on here and plug that in, set it out in the sun to keep it charged. You don't have to use the charger. You could set up a DC to DC charger inside your vehicle and have a plug so you can just plug it into your vehicle and it charges while you drive. There's a million different options. You could also get an inverter, mount an inverter to the side so that you can have 120 whenever you need it. There's just endless options, and really those are the big components to a solar system. The DC to DC charger if you're charging from a vehicle, the 110 or 120 lithium battery charger, and the inverter and the solar controller. Those are the battery. Those are the big components that you're going to use. The rest is just fuses, connectors, switches, little stuff. It's really easy stuff to understand if you dig into it. Just spend a day and you'll probably know everything you need to know about how to, you know, pick out the individual components. Okay, so this came with a strap, which I just use as extra support, but it's easily removable. And then I keep my power wire tucked into the back, and then this can just pop off. And I used a socket, an old spark plug socket, and heated it up with a blowtorch and just poked a hole through this plastic. And this went, and then I kind of filed around it to clean it up a little bit. And this DC plug just went right in. So underneath here, I'll turn this sideways because you can do that with a lithium battery. Very lightweight, and you can set it up in any orientation you want. I just use zip ties to kind of hold all the wires together. This is the plug for the charger, and then the wires going to the DC out, and I just kind of tuck everything back in here, and this is fused, of course. Definitely need a fuse on everything coming out. So that's it. This is like as simple as it gets. This was really inexpensive, and I drilled holes in the top and ran zip ties through to hold on the charger, just so it's all in one spot and just really nice and convenient. And that's it. It's that simple. Okay, so one of the things I like about this charger is that it has no settings. The algorithm is set for lithium batteries. It's designed off the specs of their batteries, so it has exactly the right settings for the battery. All you do is plug it in. There's not even an on and off switch. You just plug it in and it works, and that's it. And I love that. I absolutely love that. Some of these brands make things super complicated and you can change the settings on every little tiny thing. It's just not necessary. This works great. It has a fan inside. It gets warm but not hot. I'm not worried about it melting this plastic at all. It gets warm, but it has a fan. The fan is a little louder than I expected, but it's not obnoxious or anything. But it does create a little bit of volume. And this is also an awesome shore power charger for my van. If you are in a van with a lithium batteries and you don't have shore power for when you're just like at a campground or parked at a friend's house or whatever, I don't know what you're doing, man. You got to pick one of these up. It's awesome. I charge my 300 amp hour lithium battery with this. It takes longer because this is a 20 amp, and the recommended charge current on mine is 60 amps, so it takes a while with this, but I could always just get a 60. But yeah, this is great. So why are we using lithium batteries instead of lead acid or AGM or whatever? The main reason is, one, they're super light. Two, they hold way more capacity. On a lead acid battery, you're only supposed to take them down to like 80%, so, or 50 or whatever. So you can't use the whole thing. and it permanently damages the battery if you take it from 100 to 0. A lithium battery, you can use the whole thing. It doesn't leak. There's no leaking. As long as you're using the right components, it's not going to explode on you. They're safe, and yeah, they're super light. You can turn them upside down if you want. There's no leaking. Don't have to worry about it. It's awesome. So lithium batteries are just the way to go, especially with these more affordable ones that we have now. There's just no reason to buy a lead acid for, you know, having power off grid. Yeah, they're cheaper, but you don't get nearly as much. These also last way longer. You get way more charge cycles out of these. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it, guys. I feel like raindrops are starting to fall now, so I'm gonna call this a video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.